K-pop Demon Hunters hints at a rich, deep lore that provides a fertile ground for various extensive fan theories to crop up, many of which would have massive, overarching story implications for the world and possible sequels. Centered on a pop idol trio who moonlight as demon slayers, K-pop Demon Hunters has shattered multiple records with its popularity. The recently unprecedented popularity of a wholly original animated story has all but assured that K-pop Demon Hunters will get a sequel. Although nothing has been confirmed yet, everything from a prequel series to a straightforward animated follow-up to a live-action version has been discussed. The lore and universe of K-pop Demon Hunters has allowed for endless speculation by way of theories that explain certain aspects of the standalone film, with references to Korean mythology, real-world idol dynamics, and even traditional Abrahamic cosmology. There are many fascinating elements of the story to pick apart, possibly unearthing huge implications for any sequels. K-pop Demon Hunters explains that there have been several musical trios over the decades protecting humanity, a lineage that extends to Hunter EX themselves. The dissolution of Celine's group with the death of Mi Young implies that only 3 hunters can exist at a time. This emphasis on groups of 3 is a clear nod to the actual history of K-pop idols. Artists like the Kim sisters, SES, and the He sisters were the prototypical first K-pop idol groups in real life, all consisting of 3 members, and the film's opening montage showing various trios serving as hunters over the ages seems to be a direct homage to this history. However, with the new Han Moon in place, as shown in K-pop Demon Hunters ending, it seems as though this convention will soon be challenged. Just as idol groups evolved past the strict format of 3 members in real life, so too can the Demon Hunters of Hunter X go boldly into the future by swelling their ranks to include a new member. This hypothetical new member could also serve to embody K-pop's continued global popularity in the real world, inspiring non-Korean artists to pursue the same styles of music or glamour. While Zoe is technically half American, Hunter X's potential new recruit could be another nationality entirely, further representing the modern growth of K-pop as a worldwide phenomenon. There's another good reason to suppose that Hunter EX will welcome a new member in a K-pop Demon Hunters sequel. The roots of Korean mythology seem to imply Hunter EX could become a quartet in the near future. In Sino-Korean folklore, there exists a quartet of mythological deities, referred to as the 4 symbols, or alternatively, the 4 guardians, 4 gods, or 4 auspicious beasts. These are each represented by a color, an animal, and a cardinal direction, including the azure dragon of the east, the vermilion bird of the south, the white tiger of the west, and the black tortoise of the north. Looking at the visual language and designs of the members of Hunter X, there are some clear parallels between each member and one of the 4 guardians. Staring with the most obvious, Rumi not only wears white, but bears the markings of her demonic heritage that look suspiciously like tiger stripes, marking her as the white tiger of the west. Meanwhile, Zoe wears turquoise and enters combat with 2 fistfuls of 3 knives, fanning out in a manner that mimics the claws of the azure dragon of the east. Finally, Mira wears black, has long hair covering her back, and wears shoulder pads or even a sleeping bag, evoking the dark shell of the black tortoise of the north. This leaves only one guardian missing from Hunter X's lineup, the vermilion bird of the south. Whoever the 4th member of Hunter EX ends up being, she'll likely wear bright orange-red and bear some kind of elaborate plumage-looking hairstyle or fiery weaponry that calls to mind the flaming symbolism of the final remaining guardian. Looking at real-world examples, the K-pop group Blackpink, whose music heavily influenced K-pop Demon Hunters' phenomenal soundtrack, did a series of promotions for their song How You Like That, wherein each member wore an outfit loosely correlating to one of the 4 guardians. The one to represent the vermilion bird was Lisa. Lisa broke K-pop conventions by being Blackpink's first non-Korean member, originally hailing from Thailand. This suggests even more strongly that Hunter X's potential 4th member will be a non-Korean idol, as well as representing the final remaining guardian. For much of the story, A huge point of conflict stems from Rumi's secret half-demon heritage, something she only embraces and reveals to her comrades towards the emotionally charged climax. Rumi's demonic new form is shocking, but it's possible that her markings aren't demonic at all. Despite being half-demon from the very beginning of her life, Rumi is never shown to hear the whispering influence of Guima. It's important to note that Guima isn't based off of any discernible influence from Sino-Korean folklore. Rather, he's more of an amalgamation of the Western concept of an ultimate demon ruling over the underworld, a Satan or Lucifer-like figure. Thus, it would track that the world of K-pop demon hunters also had some all-powerful heavenly good deity to serve in opposition to Guima. It could be that Rumi's heritage isn't actually that of a demon, but a half-celestial entity with parentage from this divine influence. This would explain her seeming immunity to Guima's influence. The possible return of Jinu is something that has incited ferocious speculation, owing to the half-good, half-bad demon's popularity as a romantic interest and foil to Rumi. Once again, looking to actual Korean mythology might explain why fans have a right to be more hopeful about Jinu's return and redemption than they might initially think. In Korean folklore, the afterlife is a bureaucratic nightmare, with countless souls being managed for overcrowding, and only a small few granted the privilege of reincarnation. When Jinu dies in K-pop Demon Hunters, his soul is seemingly absorbed into Rumi's sword, whose blade is decorated with a constellation motif. This might be more than mere decoration, but instead an ominous portent of what's to come of Jinu's sacrifice. Having lived a complicated life, Jinu's final selfless act may have been enough to grant him entry into the celestial side of K-pop Demon Hunter's afterlife, ready to be judged to see if he's worthy of reincarnation. For as much attention as Jinu gets in K-pop Demon Hunters, the rest of the Saja boys are sadly neglected by the plot. Very little is known about the earlier lives of the rest of Jinu's crew, and whether they were once humans like him or were demons from birth isn't even known. That being said, a small background detail seems to imply the former over the latter. During the scene in Dr. An Han's office, a small photograph can be glimpsed in the background featuring 4 young men, seemingly an idol group. One theory supposes that this is actually a picture of the Saja boys' sans Jinu before they made it big. According to the theory, not only is Dr. Han secretly working for Guima, finding vulnerable idols to strike Faustian bargains with for Guima's use, but he cursed the once human Saja boys into becoming demons. It could even be that the Saja boys' personalities are reflective of the issues they had as humans. For instance, Mystery may have been doxed, and his bargain with Guima included a wish for privacy that forced him to adopt an enigmatic, featureless persona. Baby may have been overly sexualized by fans, leading to his infantilization, and Abby may have been suffering from envy and body dysmorphia, resulting in a stunning physical transformation. Finally, Romance may have been a more aloof and socially distant idol, meaning his wish may have been for the charisma to win over the hearts of his fans. Each of the Saja boys may have struck up these cursed deals with Guima in exchange for becoming his demonic figureheads. In any case, the mystery of the non-Jinu Saja boys is one of the most hotly anticipated areas for a sequel to expand on. It could very well be that this fan theory is eerily accurate in predicting where K-pop Demon Hunters may go next with its story.